But here's the people that I am tagging directly. The Gamer Musician, Xenobite.
I don't want to make a video. I don't like making that things ever. Alright, here's what I think my dream game would be. So, first things first, Mr. Nerd Rage told me that I should tag some people. So, unfortunately, I don't have a tagging machine. Like, you know, that's a stupid joke. So, I'm gonna call out Mr. I've written here, so I have to squint. Ninja ONC, Power Cell Freak, sorry, and I need to do a bigger YouTube person, Mystic. Because he watches my videos, I'm sure, and he'll definitely see this on Twitter because he has nothing better to do with his life. So yeah, they're the people, and yeah, that's that part done. So let's get on with the game part. So basically, this game it's in my dream. I've been compiling it for a while. It took me a while to do this video because I was just thinking of, well, what would I like, what would I not like, and I've come up with exactly what I would like. And this is what I think the name of the game should be. Action platforming third-person fighting linear open world game with deep shooting and fighting mechanics set in a cyberpunk future. Well, I think that'd be a perfect name. Alright, story. I don't have a story mapped out or and I literally just know what I want it to be. I want it to be deep, I want it to be exciting, I want it to be like everything a real good story should be. But I want it to be epic, I want awesome characters, I want things that will make you cry and stuff. I want it to be big and epic and make you feel like it's worth playing and make you feel like what you're doing is worth doing in order to save the world or save somewhere. Just make it so the gameplay, you have a reason for doing the gameplay, you know? And make it like a good reason, not like something silly, like you have to go save Princess Willy from the Willy Castle or something like that. I would like the story for whoever's making this game, because I sure as hell won't be making it, but whoever's making this game, I would like the story to be thought out and like finished in their head and written down and done. Like they know the ending, they know everything that's gonna happen in the whole series before you even start making the first game. I think that'd be ideal. If you want to make it a series, make it a series. If you want to make it once off, make it a once off. Just know the ending of your story, know what's going to happen in it, make it concise, make it make sense, and don't start adding things here and there that will ruin things, because I hate that. So that's number one, first thing you should do. Thank you very much. All right, now the meat and potatoes, the potatoes and the dinner of the game. The gameplay, this is definitely by far the longest part because the rest of the parts are like one sentence long. But yeah, this is what my perfect gameplay would be in the game, and it's gonna be very similar to certain games that people are gonna be like, oh, that's all you want. I'm a simple person, and I like simple shit, and you're gonna see by the end of this gameplay tangent ranting that I like simple games. So let's get into it. Firstly, most important thing in the entire game is the gameplay needs to be super responsive. I don't want fucking shitty, like really stiff controls where it takes you an hour to do anything. When you press a button, it takes like 3 seconds for an animation to end before you can do anything again. I want this to be snappy, responsive, absolutely seamless gameplay where like you press a button, your character does it. You want your character to do something, he does it. You think your character is going to do something, he will do it. There's many different gameplay styles in this, and I'm going to get into that in a few minutes. But I want like switching between these gameplay styles and the combinations and animations when you're switching to be seamless, and I want the animations to be beautifully detailed but also make sense. So when you cancel an animation, like the character doesn't stop like that. Like, I want the animations to just all make sense. Just as you're like punching someone and then you take a gun out, you should like, you know, exactly like that. You know exactly what I mean. I probably shouldn't have said that part first because it kind of spoiled what I'm doing and you probably don't have a clue what the fuck I'm talking about. So let me get into it a bit more. I want this game to be basically like... I want you to be a Kung Fu master in this game because I'm a Kung Fu nerd. And I want there to be really deep fighting mechanics. And mechanics that like feel great again and are responsive and kind of Batman style but better and better animations and more Hong Kong Fooey. And I want you to start off with a base like combat like template where like you can do all these moves and whatever, but you get more skills as you progress through the story and you get more upgrades and you go to dojos and you train, and the more people you beat, the more moves they give you and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, that kind of stuff. Along with the combat mechanics and fighting mechanics or whatever, though, I also want... Oh, I hear the rage now. I also want Jak-style shooting mechanics. Yes. Yep. Jak-style shooting mechanics. And fuck you, yes, they were perfect. They kept the gameplay responsive, they kept it snappy. You could still do all your normal moves while you were holding a gun. Adding a lock-on feature would have fucking destroyed the flow of the gameplay. I don't know why people don't get this. But that's what I want. And I want those exact shooting mechanics for what I said earlier. I want the gameplay to feel responsive and I want it to make sense. So with this type of shooting mechanics, you can do Kung Fu moves while holding a gun. While holding your big, massive, futuristic cyberpunk gun, you can fucking do spinny kicks and stuff like that. And yes, please give me them. Speaking of guns, yeah, and the shooting, the guns will be over-the-top Ratchet-style guns. Like, I don't want boring pistols or whatever. I want like over-the-top guns, and also I want them to upgrade Ratchet-style. So we're kind of melding my two favorite games together here. Yeah, I think that'd be perfect. There isn't going to be much more RPG mechanics other than like not even upgrading your skills. Like you get new skills as you go on with the fighting, but and you get new guns as you go on. I don't know if I'd like you to buy guns or not. I'd have to think about that a bit more. But right now you're just get given guns as you progress through the story, and the guns will upgrade Ratchet style. So the more you use them, the more they upgrade. I think that's a beautiful upgrade system, and I think that's perfect. Now miscellaneous shit, I'd like many clothing and armor options, and I don't want them to impact gameplay or impact stats or anything like that, like you see in most RPGs where, oh, this is a really cool piece of armor, a really cool outfit here, but I can't wear it because it fucks up my stats. I don't want any of that shit. I just want you to be able to wear whatever clothes you want, wherever you want, whenever you want. I want them to translate into the cutscenes. I want whatever you're wearing to be in the cutscenes, so in-game cutscenes, and yeah, just make things make sense, please. And I just don't mean like outfits or whatever. I mean like every part of the body you can get clothes for, and you don't have to mix and match any. Like you can get shoes, you can get pants, you can get hats, you can get sunglasses, you can get rings and fucking cock rings if you want, you know, just get whatever you want. Now I'm gonna get onto the open world part. I want this to be a linear open world, and a lot of you will have no idea what I'm talking about by this. How can it be linear if it's an open world? Let me explain. I want it to be a game where the open world is there if you want it, but you really don't need to do anything in it. It's just there for story purposes, and for like, it's there if you want it. If you want to explore and find more lore and get more into the story, you can do it, just like Jak done it. For example, you can't do more. I mean, there's little mini games in Jak that you can do to get precursor orbs or whatever. But other than that, the open world is just there to be there. It's there if you want it. Like, go have fun if you want it there. But it's really not a main part of the game. So you can, the story is always the main focus of Jak games, and I'd like it to be the exact same in this, where there is little side things to do, maybe more than Jak, and little like sub stories like Yakuza style. I think would be perfect, where you just like do these crazy over-the-top stories while like the serious story in the background is like your main focus. You can just go ahead and do these stupid side stories that are just ridiculous and fun. But other than that, I don't want there to be like all these fucking collectibles that you have to go around and collect, like the Ubisoft style game, which is, there is a place for them, and I do enjoy them type of games, but it's not for this type of game. I just want the main story is always there. That's always your main goal. You can just go straight to one point to the other. You don't have to upgrade or anything. You can just go from story point to story point to story point. You can just ignore the open world if you want. But I also want it to be there. So once you're finished the game, whatever, or once you get sick of the story, you can just walk around and like chill out for a second. Also, I want the open world because I want it to be I want the game to be fun to just walk around in, like jump and walk around in, and like beat the shit out of random people on the street, or just like, I want you to be able, I want complete freedom with this game. And it is going to be an action platformer, so of course there is going to be perfect jumping mechanics and perfect, like, you know, platforming. And I just want the moveset to be just fun to run around the world in, and like, just fun to run around, which every good game should be in my opinion. Just run around and have fun. I also want there to be many fun ways to enhance the traversal of the open world. So, for example, a la the jetboard. I think the jetboard is a perfect addition to Jak 2, where you can just get in the jetboard and go around. You don't need to steal cars or whatever. But you can still do that if you want. You can steal these flying cars, or you can steal flying motorbikes, or there's just a million ways to traverse the town. You don't just have to walk and run around. You have these little skateboard things or whatever. Just more ways to go around the game, you know what I mean? Go around the world, and that you don't need, but you can just do if you want. Again, shit is there if you want it, but it's not necessary. Also, it just goes without saying, but I want the graphics to be stylized, so it will never age. Here's the one technical part which I'm going to be stubborn on, and one thing that I hate saying, but it is one thing that I would have in my dream game, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I wanted it. 60 frames per second. Just a solid 60 FPS. Frame rate over graphics, always. If you have to downgrade graphics or whatever just to make it 60 FPS, please do. Just, I think this type of game would need to be 60 FPS with the type of gameplay it's going for, and just to make it as fun as possible and be as responsive as possible, I think 60 FPS would be really necessary. And that's about it. I think you get a good idea of what I'm going for here. I mean, I know it's not really a departure from my favourite games of the year. I mean, it's kind of a meld together of kind of Jak, Ratchet, maybe a bit of Yakuza in there, maybe a bit of I don't know, like Mario, or it's just a mold together of like things. And I think that would just be my perfect type of game. If it has a great story, has a great lore behind it, is incredible gameplay, really, really nice graphics, and smooth 60 FPS with a fucking awesome open world that you can just explore at your leisure, I think that'd be, yes, I think I'd like that most out of anything. I'm a simple person, I told you that. I don't want all these fucking crazy deep RPG mechanics where you have to upgrade this and the game's 12,000 hours long. Now, I'm a simple-minded Irish potato man, and I want potato games, thank you. And other than that, I think the only other thing I can really mention is music, and I think the music should be awesome and poppy. I think the music should be awesome and sci-fi and beep boppy and electronic, and just make the music good, please, and really, really nice and awesome. And that's all I'll say about the music. And that's actually about it. Honestly, that's basically what I think my dream game would be. Again, that's, I know it's simple, and I know I've been thinking about this for nearly 2 weeks now, since I was meant to do this video, and I've just been thinking, I'm like, I wouldn't want any more than this. This is basically it. This is, again, I'm simple, and this is what I would like, and I'd find this perfect, which is kind of scary that there is games out there that are very close to perfection for me. But yeah, I'm simple, and yeah, that's it. What would your perfect games be? I'm sure it'd be much more elaborate and thought out than this, but I'm interested to know. So what would your dream game be? And post them in the comments, and also go watch Mr. Nerd Rage's video, because without him you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So I'll put a link there, and just go talk to him. He's really good. And that's it. And yeah, I finally got this video done. Yay! So yeah, thanks for watching, and good luck.